So picture this. You've just finished your certification, you've done the training, you've passed the quizzes, you feel like you can easily explain wake windows and bedtime routines in your sleep. But then the reality hits. A real family reaches out. Super exciting, right? They have a baby who hasn't slept through the night in 6 months. They are completely exhausted. They're desperate and they are looking at you to help them. And suddenly your brain goes, wait, am I actually ready for this? What if I mess it up? What if they pay me and I absolutely freeze? That knot in your stomach, that's not imposter syndrome. That is what happens when you have the knowledge, but you haven't practiced enough. Think about it this way. It's like learning to drive, right? Something that most of us have done. You can memorize the manual, you can watch 100 videos on how to parallel park, and you can even ace the written exam. But the first time you're in a car with traffic flying by, with a kid chasing a soccer ball across the street, and with your own mom gripping the passenger door for dear life, that is when you realize, oh, this is different than what I read about or watched videos about. Knowledge without practice doesn't build confidence. And that is why so many new sleep consultants stall out right after they get certified. So here's the hesitation or tension that most new sleep consultants feel. I've passed the program, but am I really ready to help a real family? And if you don't address that feeling, here's what happens. You start second guessing every single decision. You avoid putting yourself out there because you don't feel ready enough. You tell yourself that you need more training, more time, more something. And then the weeks turn into months, and your shiny new certification just sits there while your dream business never actually gets off the ground. But let's be real, it's not more knowledge that you need, it's reps, it's practice. Jumping straight into paying clients without hands on reps is like running a marathon after only walking around the block. You maybe can do it, but it's going to feel like chaos and you will always feel like you're winging it. And that is when imposter syndrome creeps in, not because you're not capable, but because you skipped the practice that would prove that you are. So here's how we fix this at the Cradle Coach Academy. This is the exact reason that we built in the volunteer client process, because confidence doesn't come from thinking about doing something or just learning about something. It comes from doing. And here's how it all works. So, step one, you will find 5 volunteer families. These are families that are real families with real sleep struggles, but it comes along with a lot less pressure because you are in the volunteer phase. You are not charging them for your support. And as a bonus, this process also allows you to practice marketing and sales. You're able to put yourself out there in a way that doesn't have as much pressure because you are offering your services, but again, offering them without money being exchanged. So this results in you proving to yourself not only can you help 5 families, but you also are able to effectively market yourself as a sleep consultant. You will then follow the real process. You will do an intake, you will do an assessment, you will build a plan, and you will do the consultation and support. So, the exact steps that you will use with paying clients so that you build that muscle memory and you get comfortable with the real process. Then, step two is getting feedback before you even deliver. You will submit your plan to our team before it ever goes to the family. We will tell you what is working, what you should tweak, and how to strengthen your recommendations. So, by the time that plan lands in your volunteer family's hands, you're not hoping that you did it right, you know that you did it right. And then, step three is actually working with the family. So, delivering the sleep plan, providing ongoing support as they implement. You will put everything that you have learned into real life practice while still having the support of our team to help you every time that you need encouragement or get stuck. I will never forget when one of our graduates, Michelle, told me, Marley, I was terrified before my first volunteer case. I thought for sure I was going to freeze. But by the fifth one, I wasn't just writing a plan, I was explaining it with confidence. I felt like I owned the process. That is the difference between gaining knowledge and having all of this book or head knowledge and actually knowing how to implement something and put it into real life practice. And here's the kicker. 2 of Michelle's volunteer families went on to refer her to paying clients. She made back her investment faster because she practiced first. She left our certification with complete confidence and knowing that she was fully capable of supporting families in a really amazing way. That is what happens whenever you don't just study, you actually do the work. So by the time you finish with your fifth volunteer case, you will have proof that you don't just understand the material, you can actually change lives with it. That is the difference between I hope I can do this and this is what I do. And as a really big bonus, you're not just building confidence, you are building a referral snowball, exactly what we talked about in last week's episode. So if you missed it, make sure that you go back and listen because those five families, they become your first raving fans. They become your first testimonials and your early word of mouth marketing. So if you're listening right now and you are thinking, okay, I need to see how this actually all works, then I have something for you. Go grab my Sleep Coach Blueprint video series. It is a short series that walks you through everything that you need to know and how and why this process works so that you can see how training turns into real transformation, both for you and for the families that you're working with. We have pulled back the curtain on the entire process, showing you what really builds confidence as a consultant, not just theory, but real practice with real families. You don't have to wait until you're ready. You just need to practice until you feel ready. And once you've walked five families through sleep struggles and you've seen them come out the other side, you won't just know that you're certified, you will know that you are fully capable because your future clients, they don't need a perfect sleep consultant. They need a prepared one, and that can be you starting today. So again, head on over to thecradlecoachacademy.com/video dash series, and you can grab our Sleep Coach Blueprint video series, and we can get you moving from, I wonder if I can do this, to I'm taking meaningful action towards my goals. So that is it for this week. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I am so grateful that you are a part of our audience, and I cannot wait to see you inside the video series.